Hey, welcome back to the channel. Stopping the Supra project. It's painted, it's still sitting there. Gonna be wet sanding it, but doing something different for this week. If you can see, we have a little problem here. Our door, cab, and bed got hit in an accident on this 1500 Ram. So we're gonna try to make this turnaround for 1 week and get this thing out of here. Has a few other issues with it, but I don't know if I'm gonna record it. But the main part is getting that done and getting it out of here. So let's get working. First thing I'm gonna do, pop off this rear bumper. We're gonna be getting this wheel off, the fender liner off so we could get that dent worked on, and we're gonna be pulling the bed back so we could get some room on the cab corner.
It looks like you lost another one.
Hopefully you guys could hear me over the noise, unless this thing turns off right now. It probably won't. Hopefully you guys could hear me. Here's what we got so far. The door is off, and here's the damage we're working with. The cab, it's pinched pretty good. And to get in there, we're gonna be having to take out the interior. Hopefully there's area in there that we can use to open that up. But yeah, rip out the interior. Alright, so check out what we got so far. I didn't record pulling out the whole interior because way too hard to get angles of it, but here we are. Everything's ripped out. This was blocking the cab right here, and if we look down, it's where we ripped it out, and even further down, if the camera would focus, there is some welds. If you can see those dots, those are welds from the previous repair that was done on this truck, which was known of. We knew about that, but that's why it's always a good idea. Spray some cavity wax in there. Make sure no rust starts, and no rust is starting in there. There is no rust in there, but you could see the residue of the cavity wax that was sprayed in previously. So now we're gonna be trying to pull this out, bang it out from inside the cab and from outside the cab, get it back to as good as original form, possibly throwing our door on, seeing how far off we are. And as you can tell, the bed is, for one, pushed back somewhat, and it's coming along really nice. Pulling all that off, throwing some Bondo on that soon, and seeing how far we could get it. You can see where the repairs were, same spot, you know, and there's Bondo there. Some pretty good work, whoever did it. It's like a professional body shop or something, kind of like us, but yeah. Repair number 2. We got so far. We put the door in and our cab corner. Right here, our edge needs to come out. Down here, our edge needs to come out. Ended up working. Our idea of going in through the inside of the cab ended up working. And right here, let's get some light on the set. This thing, actually, let's get some light on set. Helped us out. Hydraulic pump, pulling this dent out actually was a lot easier than first anticipated, but it's coming along real nice. And the new door, it's already painted, but not by us. We bought it painted. Only thing wrong with this thing is one small little chip, but the paint matches up, fits up pretty good. So we just had to fix our cab corner, our bed, and this whole thing's gonna be looking brand new again. So let's keep working on it. You know, we're doing well. Everything was going good today. Check out our work first. Bottom edge lining up good. You know, it obviously needs still some work, but for a baseline, it's pretty good, and still need to work on the top one over there a little bit. But when everything is too easy, life has to make it hard. And I was showing off how nice of a machine we have, or the spreading tool. And let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what happens when everything goes too well and everything's going too easy. Put a new couple on it, because you see how it's bent on it? You see how it's bent? See, it's not supposed to be bent, it's supposed to be straight, but it slipped off of our setup inside the inside the cab, and ended up breaking our threads. Now we're gonna need a new couple put on it to keep moving on this project. Just like that, we're back on track. Had to grab a coupling from the other cylinder, but she's back on and we're ready to keep working on this cab. Now that our bed and cab corner are all sanded off, I'll show you guys how it looks. Looks pretty good. And inside is all fixed. Ended up being able to fix the edge on it, and now we're just gonna be putting on some Bondo and sanding it down, shaping the bed and our cab corner. So this is our second layer of Bondo. Hopefully it's gonna be the last one that we do. I mean, the shape is coming out pretty good. Compared to what it was, it's starting to look like the shape it's supposed to be. And hopefully by today, it's all gonna be ready to get primered and painted this week. Alright, so this side of the truck, brakes and rotors, took longer than I thought it would. So the next clip, y'all are just gonna see a before and after of the right side. But we got our rotor on, our pads on the other side, finish that off, and get back to our body work. I think the time lapse caught that, so I shouldn't work when you're sick. I ended up unscrewing the lugs and then started lifting it with the jack, and that wheel fell off. That's that sickness brain fog. Man, I don't know how I missed that, but here's what's next. Here's our hub assembly. So this is to go on here. Check that out if you don't know what you're doing. CarQuest hooks it up in 3 different languages. Well, I was about to get started on this wheel bearing, but I was gathering the tools and don't have a socket big enough for the axle nut. So now we gotta go on a trip to our local Advance and pick up a socket. There, I guess we'll take the race car. Alright, today I'm gonna leave off this bearing. Just pulled off the axle nut, the rotor, and the caliper. And I'm not gonna do anything else, but come over to the part that is getting body work done on it. primered our area, and tomorrow we're gonna be sanding this down. It's too late to stay here and wait for it to dry, so gonna come back tomorrow, sand it all down, see how it came out. We left off working on the wheel bearing. I didn't completely pull it off yet, so what I'm gonna do is pull it off right now and replace it and get back to the body work on our cab. While I'm talking about it, I might as well give you guys a look before I take that off. I showed you guys I primed it. It was primered last night, and this is what it looks like now. All dried up. Focus, it's all dried up. So yeah, anyway, let's throw you guys on a time lapse, get this wheel bearing done and put everything back together. And that should be the last thing that we needed to do on the truck, because yeah, they wanted to replace the wheel bearing and they wanted to replace the rear brakes. So that wheel bearing, rear brakes, pads, rotors, and obviously the body work that we're doing. But they didn't want to do the door. It has a chip in it. They just said, please just touch it up. We don't want to have to pay to get the whole door resprayed. So it's gonna end up getting touched up. Part of the door I showed where there's a chip, they rather spend the money on the brakes and wheel bearings, so understandable. But yeah, let's finish off this front wheel bearing and get moving. Also, in the other clips, I might look a little out of it because I've been sick for the past 2 days, and today I finally feel a little bit better where I could like actually get some good work done, because yesterday was crazy. I was sick, and just being here I was like completely out of it, but like I tried doing something, but feeling better. Let's get to work. Everything is all assembled back, and now time to clean all this up, put the tire back on. Like that, everything's back together, wheels back on, all good to keep going. Here's what we got going on the bodywork so far. Gonna need another coat of primer or two. Got the primer done. This is our second coat of primer, and right now I'm going to be putting this whole interior back, so it's hard to record inside the truck. So what I'm going to try to do is set up a time lapse, and if not, it's just going to be a clip of this all put together. But I got to put in the whole interior, as well as change this dirty door panel out for the one on the door, off the old door. The last part's gonna be right here, what bodywork we have left, which is gonna be like basically just paint. Finished up the interior. It's all put back together. Got the seats in and our door panel from the old door. So everything's back in, looking good. And our primer, we're gonna be sanding it again and probably getting it ready for paint, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be our last coat of primer, hopefully. I might throw in a few clips, but that's gonna be for another day. But yeah, everything went in pretty smooth. It wasn't that hard. Door panel was a little bit of a pain to get off, but other than that, everything went in pretty nicely. The bodywork looks really good from what it looks like right now. It all looks good. And yeah, the final step is gonna be paint. And that's it. This truck is gonna be out of here. And we could finish up our Supra, which might get a video out next week because we have stuff going on for that car. But yeah, a few more steps and this truck's gonna be out of here. Got our lights on set and we're all ready for paint. Taped everything up, wet sanded everything. Gonna be shooting this thing now. So let's mix the paint and spray it all down. There you guys go. Our truck is pretty much all done. All we have to do is put it together, and next time you guys are gonna see it, it will be put together. But for now, this is what it looks like. All the clear went on pretty good. It looks like a brand new truck again. And yeah, next clip is gonna be it all put together. Here we go, the truck's all done. It's the next day. Can't even tell where the damage is anymore. But yeah, just like that, we had the turnaround in 1 week, and I am a bit sick, so the video's gonna be late today. If you could hear me by how sick I am. But yeah, today's Sunday, I'm gonna edit the video and this is gonna be out by tonight. So